Hey everyone, welcome back to 996. The Howl, the Arizona Coyotes unleashed a bombshell on the hockey world today, announcing they signed 11 players to PTOs, professional tryouts. Now the reason being is, for some reason, the NHL thought it was a good idea to book the Coyotes for 3 games on one day. And I believe that's next Saturday. They got the Australia game, and then they got to face St. Louis twice on the same day. So it's 3 different squads. Obviously, the main squad, the NHL squad, will be in Australia, and then some scraps will be there for those other 2 games. Let's get into it. The first one, we'll start with the defense. D. Liberatore, 23 years old, 6th-round pick in 2018 by the Vegas Golden Knights. Played last year in the American Hockey League and East Coast Hockey League. The big notable one I found here for me is Juolevi, defenseman, 25 years old, 5th overall, not a mistake as in last video, 5th overall pick by the Vancouver Canucks in 2016. Yes, Matthew Tkachuk, Clayton Keller were picked 6th and 7th. Later down, you got Sergachev at 9, McAvoy at number 14. You love to see it. You love to see Vancouver just make those mistakes. Juolevi played for the San Diego Gulls in the American Hockey League last year. After Vancouver, he spent some time in Florida and Detroit. Strand, the first Strand type player for the Coyotes, 26 years old, undrafted, played also for the San Diego Gulls last year in the American Hockey League. Now we have Drew, Hebig, Vitelli, Miller. All these players signed earlier in the offseason. So it's a bit of an inflation of 11 players. They didn't sign all 11 today. And even Di Liberatore and Dzingel, who we'll talk about now, were signed last week, end of last week. Dzingel, second tour with the Coyotes. I don't think he'll make the team. Hopefully he plays for the Tucson Roadrunners this upcoming season. I would love that if he's on the Roadrunners. Last season, he played the whole season in the American Hockey League for the Chicago Wolves. And then we have Harper, forward, 5th-round pick, 2016 by Nashville, played in Sweden last year. Poganski, 27 years old, 4th-round pick by St. Louis a long time ago, I believe 2014. Played in the AHL for the Coachella Valley Firebirds last season. And then Colin Thiessen, who has played for Tucson for 2 seasons now. I guess he's signed again for the Roadrunners. He's a former ASU captain. Out of these players, I really just hope Dzingel plays for the Tucson Roadrunners the whole season and makes an impact on that team. And Juolevi would be a good pickup for the Roadrunners on defense. I don't think any of these players are going to touch the Coyotes. And I hope, as depth, 3rd line, 4th line, injury replacement players, I'd rather go with Sanford and maybe Leonard, who we signed earlier in the offseason, and Nathan Smith. I really don't want to see Dzingel on the Coyotes. We're past that stage of him. He's all right. He's got energy. He just isn't consistent enough to string together a lot of good NHL hockey games. He'll be good for 1 game and then disappear for very long stretches. So I want to move on from those types of players. He was good for that first season, Andre Tourigny's first season, the first season of the new tank. And I think the team has just moved on from him, so don't expect him to be a Coyote. And that's pretty much it. It's a big list up front, but you dig deeper into it. And, 4 or 5 of these guys have signed in March, July. Dzingel, Juolevi, they could make the Roadrunners team, and then the rest are just, you got to fill bodies for these 3 preseason games in one day. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.